Hey, everybody, welcome in to Winning Edge Football, everybody. It's Thanksgiving week. Got a lot of stuff coming in and coming through you guys here content-wise. We're going to talk about some news and injuries going along around the league of the NFL and the college side. We're going to talk about some big college football games going on this weekend and a little bit overrated, underrated Thanksgiving dishes. We'll get into that. And we're going to wrap everything up over the Thanksgiving Day games and some Black Friday football game coverage. So stay tuned, everybody. If you haven't yet, like, subscribe, and Tanner, how the hell you doing, buddy?
Man, I am doing fantastic. Ready to do the gobble wobble. I'm going to
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
that belly, watch some football, and we'll have a great time with family. It's going to be great. How are you doing?
About the same. I've been my mouth's been watering. I think I've been fasting for the last 3 days. Just really trying to make some room for much amount of turkey as I can.
Oh boy.
Some cornbread casserole, some green
Mm,
bean. Dude, I'm just pumped. My mouth's watering right now as we talk.
love it.
Can't wait to dive into some of that stuff. Tanner, we had some crazy shit happen this past week in college football, man. And I just gonna lead it right off. Jordan Travis,
Ugh.
I'm sorry, buddy. I wasn't really high on you in the Heisman race and things like that. I know my buddy Tanner right here was, but still I feel for the guy
Yep.
and the team. Tanner, dive into a little bit of that, man. What's your thoughts?
Man, my heart hurts for the kid. First and foremost, but man, I'm telling you what, I don't know. I feel like part of this is on me, to be honest, man. I just feel like I jinxed him. I had him as my front runner for the Heisman all along. Just love his style of play. Uh, High QBR, 80 over just over 81 QBR rating. He had 20 touchdowns, 2 interceptions coming into last week's game, and to have this happen at this point in the year where they're so close to sealing a college
Uh, uh
football playoff spot.
and a chance for a perfect season.
Yeah, I mean,
They had a
what?
chance.
That's just it's awful, awful, awful situation. Um, yeah,
Well, that leads me right into you said college football playoffs. I mean, obviously, the committee just came out. They put Washington at 4, and bumped Florida State down to 5. Um, I think that largely in part of doing is the Jordan Travis situation. Do you think? I mean, I guess do you think pretty much they have a chance to get back into the college football playoff, or I think they're kind of done? But
no, I think they still have a chance. Yes, I think for one, the committee definitely did that out of the situation. But Florida State wins next week. Who's to say they're not back at 4? Who's to say?
right, I mean, because they're
So,
undefeated, and then Michigan, Ohio State plays this weekend. Big ass game. Can't wait to see it.
yep,
One of them teams are losing, so I mean, I feel like you almost have to move up
yeah, right,
as
right,
as
yeah.
a
So,
committee. Yeah.
so yeah. I mean, I hope they don't take any bias. I have some thoughts and feelings about the committee,
Oh yeah.
anyways, and how they make their decisions and whatnot. And I get it. A lot of it's for the ratings, for
Yeah.
um, you know, there's there, people say there's no favorites, but there's favorites.
Definitely
Um,
biased for
uh,
sure within
there's
the committee.
politics and everything. So you got to
Sadly,
play that game. But anyways, not gonna go down that rabbit hole because
we'll be
for
here all
one,
night.
man, I don't. I love talking to you, but this is something. This is a rabbit hole I don't want to go down just because the juices will get flowing and I'll be angry and it's
Yeah,
not
and
something I
I don't
want to
think
touch
we
on.
have
So
enough. I don't have enough beer in the fridge
that's right.
to discuss that.
Yeah.
Going
So
back to Jordan Travis and him, I'm concerned about his path to the NFL now. I think it kind of really hurts his draft stock. He's kind of been through it all 4 years of his college career, and I just have a hard feeling that it's gonna hurt him a little bit here going in NFL draft. It's gonna send him back quite a bit.
yeah, yeah, I'm with you. Um, like I said, feel awful for him. A horrible situation, but it's part of it. unfortunately. Injuries are, um, they can come up and happen anytime, and that's why you're very blessed if you make it through a football season with minimal injuries or just little nicks and bruises. To be honest, so
Oh yeah.
the fact that he's had that throughout his career is not a good sign for his longevity, and these NFL teams are going to take stock in that, as they should. They're paying these guys a lot of money, and do I think he makes it to the NFL? Absolutely, 100%. Do I think he's a blue chip, high draft pick player? Probably not. I think he's probably drafted day 2 now
Day
instead of
two.
day 1.
Yeah, I can
Um,
see that.
but I mean, he's gonna find a home, and I still think he has a shot to make an impact in the NFL. But his path's gonna be a little different now.
A lot tougher. That's for sure. So another breaking news, I guess, that happened today. Actually, is the Steelers fans. I'd love to hear from what your thoughts are in the
Fire
comments.
Canada,
Fire Canada, loud and clear.
fire Canada.
Loud and clear. Matt Canada, offensive coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers, has been fired. He gone. So he's out of
Hmm.
there. So what does that mean for the Steelers going forward here, Tanner? Is it good, bad? Is there others to blame? What dive into this, man? What's going on?
Oh, all right, lot to unpack here. So
Oh yeah.
first things first, just because um, you know Tomlin and the management of the Pittsburgh Steelers had decided to fire Canada does not mean that all of a sudden the offense miraculously gets better and they have a whole new scheme and they start scoring 40 points a game. It's not how this works. Um, this is a problem that started at the beginning of the year, and good for them for finally making the decision to move on from Canada and kind of reset some things. But there's not a lot you can do this far into the season to completely switch over how your offense is ran. When this is what they've that offense that they've been running is what they started in the off season with.
Right. It's
So
tough. It's
really,
tough to switch over after all
right.
that time.
Yeah. I mean, you'll see some different wrinkles and changes and what they do, but I don't think we're going to see anything over the top like, oh, yeah, this is a big difference. I think morale might be one of the big boosters for the team here.
For sure. I
Um,
think literally this is the only reason they did this in the middle of the season is just to save the locker room.
yeah.
Because there were some interviews going on with Najee Harris and stuff, and like you can just tell not the pain, but just the uncomfortableness and how uncomfortable they felt in that locker room. And that cancer grows fast, guys. And I've been in a locker room where it's just everyone's kind of against each other, and it's just not fun. And
Mm-mm.
especially if you're getting paid and you're professional and you're here to win championships, I you ain't gonna have it. You're gonna be starting to request trades, and the whole Steelers organization can blow up so quickly. I think this is a couple weeks too late for saving that. I think they still can save it. But like you said, it's not going to get better in the sense of like everything just flip a switch, all good and dandy.
Right.
Um, it's going to be interesting to see, and I hope Kenny Pickett can figure it out because I think he's on the hot seat next. I think
Oh,
if
yeah.
he doesn't finish this year with some decent stats and a little bit that kind of that jump in that sophomore season that can be so hard in the NFL. Otherwise, I think they might be looking in this draft because there's a lot of quarterback coming out.
Dude, I don't even think it's a question. They're going to draft a quarterback next year, even if Pickett and Strong. I mean, they got to put somebody. I mean, I'm not saying the guy they draft is going to be the guy, but
Right.
he's at least going to light a fire and pick its ass and wake him up a little bit. And hey,
Yeah.
maybe that's what he needs. Maybe he needs that push from somebody below him that wants his spot. That's just as talented or more talented, and that gets him where he needs to be. But
I agree.
I think they have plans to get a quarterback next year. I
Yeah,
don't see how
and
they
like you
couldn't.
said, yeah, so you almost have to, just in the sense of either you got to find out what your guy's made of, and the sophomore season's so tough, but
Yep,
you don't have time in the NFL. Like you have to win games. If you don't win games, people are out of jobs.
that's right.
And which is very confusing because the Steelers are 6-4. Like they're winning games, but it's not because of the offense whatsoever. Like that defense
No.
is holding them together, like some Elmer's glue. So it'd be interesting to see the rest of the year of the Steelers. So keep an eye on them guys. It's gonna be interesting.
Yep.
Another little kind of information that kind of came out that caught my eye and really surprised me, Tanner, was the power rankings came out,
Mm-hmm.
and the 13th team in the power ranking is the Denver Broncos, sitting at 5-5.
Ooh, Nelly.
Yeah, what's
They
I don't even know what to think about that,
they
really.
have resurrected, my friend.
Yeah,
I
they're
mean,
back. They're
holy
back.
smokes. They've found themselves now, which is awesome to see. I was kind of hoping that, the way Russell Wilson's past couple seasons have gone, I was starting to have some questions about him. But kudos to him for sticking to his guns, not giving in to what the mainstream media has been saying. And kudos to this Denver Broncos offense as a whole coming together and backing up their defense, because their defense has kept them in a lot of games, and finally their offense is stepping up and is a big reason why they're at the 500 mark now. Uh, I'm pretty excited for this Denver Broncos team. I think they're gritty enough to sneak in there and secure at least a wild card spot, man.
Yeah, I mean they got the brain power and the head coach. They got the brain power throwing the football. Like these guys are not slums, by any means. Like they I don't know, man. I tell you what, it's just gonna be so interesting to see what can happen when they're resurrecting, like you're saying, like they're just rising. Like I mean, the only person that can stop them really is themselves. So I guess good on the Broncos, and hopefully they continue to play to everyone's expectations and exceed them as well. Crazy. I can't wait.
Oh boy.
Moving on to some very sad news in the NFL world, especially for
Mm,
our Indianapolis Colts. Today has been a bummer in news, I guess, overall. This segment is like the regular news on at 5 on your local channel. It's just sad shit. Indianapolis Colts released Shaq Darius Leonard, depends on what you call him. He's a 3-time All Pro, first team All Pro at the linebacker position. Kind of been the dog in the center of our defense for the last 4 or 5 years. So
yeah.
I Tanner, I don't know, man. That hurts my Colts heart.
Uh, well, yeah. I mean, my favorite Colt player, current Colt player, um, Shaq Leonard, got his jersey um, shortly after we drafted him. Just love the guy, love what he stands for, love his attitude towards the game and his fierceness and dog mentality. You know, I don't think we know exactly where he is health wise at all,
Right. And
but
mentally too.
at the same time, I know the dude was not happy with how he was being managed during game situations. And when you don't have that healthy relationship from player to coach, something's going to happen. And unfortunately, that ended up with him being released. I don't know if that's the main reason for him being released. I think health does play a bigger factor than some of us realize. But
Yeah.
I gotta say, when a guy is begging for more player time of his playing time at his caliber of play that he's had in the past, I think at least you give him a shot. And I'm a little disappointed that that shot wasn't given to him this season. Um, and I hate to see him go, but who am I to make that call?
Yeah. I agree, man. It sucks. it is a business at the end of the day, and obviously, like you're saying, there was some type of conversation that happened, uh, and or disagreement, or just expressing emotions, and both parties don't seem to be on the same page, and like you said, health wise as well, he was off and on injuries. There's a lot of things that can happen behind the scenes, so it's hard to really speculate and sit here and tell you guys are just even banter back and forth what happened, what has been going on. But we just wish him the best of health and the best of luck moving forward, and he will find a team.
Yeah, he's not
He's a
done.
hell.
He's not
No,
done, man.
he's a hell of. He's only 28 years old.
No,
He's a dog, man. He is a dog. So
and he'll get paid. Somebody's gonna pay him.
I would,
Yeah,
I would for sure.
yeah,
But yeah, that's kind of some sad news. But Tanner, let's uplift these Colts fans and let's uplift each other. What's your
yeah,
thoughts here at the playoffs? What's you got some playoff incomplete playoff hopes, right? There's my little deb.
yeah, yeah. Hey, so listen up. Colts are 5-5.
Okay.
They're, you know, going into the bye, they were sitting below the cut line. They're still sitting below the cut line to make a wild card spot. However, after the bye, they've gone from the 11 spot to the 9 spot, just one game or 2 games under, um, the 7 mark, which means if they get to the 7 mark, they're in a wild card position. So 2 games out or 2 spots out isn't bad. They're actually just 1 game back from creeping into that 7 spot. So we could see, after this week when they play Tampa, if they win that game, we could see them jump into that 7 spot and be playoff contenders. So pretty exciting news for the Colts. I mean, their season's not dead by any means. Sure, things haven't shaken out the way we had planned with Anthony Richardson going out. But
Yeah.
there's still hope. We're still alive, and you know what? Anything can happen. This is a production league, and we got a lot of guys on our team that can produce and know how to win. So
Yeah,
I'm
and
got hope.
yeah, you have to have hope, especially like getting Jonathan Taylor back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, our quarterback, like we talked about, he's got some injuries. He's gonna figure that out. But having that staple in the back end, it's gonna be
Yeah,
awesome.
buddy.
I'm looking through their next, I guess, the rest of the season schedule. Like you said, Tampa Bay could be a win. It really could be a win. Tennessee, they're down and out. That could be a really big win. Cincinnati, Joe Burrow's hurt. That could be a very good, not easy win, but that could be a win. Pittsburgh, it could go turmoil. It could be a really hard game. You don't know, but that could be a win. Atlanta, I mean, they're not playing
Mm,
great.
mm.
That could be a win. Las Vegas, that'd be tough to win. And then Houston, that'd be tough to win. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. If they can win 5 games, the next five out of 7,
Mm.
your record's still looking pretty gnarly.
That's a
Yeah,
good shot.
yeah,
Um,
that's gonna be awesome.
what's your Colts game? What's your biggest, most pivotal Colts game coming up that you think is either the turning point or deciding factor of them being able to solidify a spot in the playoffs?
So to do that, it would have to be the next couple coming up.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, you really need to put that foot down and say, look, this is what we're going to be doing. This is what our path is going to be. And I think that starts at Tennessee, an
Okay.
AFC South divisional rival. I think you have to go down and you have to dominate because it's in Tennessee. So you go down there and dominate in Nashville, and really set the tone for that Houston game at the end of the season to keep you up in that not front running, but in that race of the AFC South for a chance. What about you, Tanner? How you thinking?
I love your take. I'm gonna swing it from a little different angle here. So stick with me on this. December 17th, the Colts have a flex game. And I believe they have a flex game for a reason at that point in the season because, um, you know, November and December is when teams lock down their playoff position. I think, we're in must win playoff mode now. But if we don't win on December 17th in a potential, um, you know, flex matchup, which I think will be flexed to Sunday night, if I had my guess based on these teams' current records and what they're playing for right now, what they're clawing and fighting for, I think they're going to be right there. So if we don't beat the Pittsburgh Steelers um, on that December 17 flex game, I think that'll be the turning point for either a losing, out of the playoff season, or a point where we can really, stand on top of a mountain and be pumped because we got a good shot of being in.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of the New England game about 2 years ago. I think it was a Sunday night game,
Yep.
and when Jonathan Taylor had a big run and
Oh,
that energy, all we had to do at the end of the year is just win that last game, and we had a chance for a wild card and playoff ball.
right.
But this really reminds me of that. And as you were talking, kind of setting the stage, I was like, oh yeah, go. Especially, it's versus Steelers, so you're playing at home. Man, you really have a chance to get the whole Indianapolis, I guess the whole city behind you, and really start giving you guys the momentum you need to push your way through to the playoffs. So
Oh yeah.
that's a hell of a take too. I agree. I can agree with both of them.
Yep.
Go
Yeah,
Colts.
you state your case for both. Yeah, I mean, and it might come down to they need to win. All three games leading up to the Pittsburgh game. So um, we'll just see how it shakes out. But hey,
We shall
there's
see.
there's hope, and they're still alive. So let's go.
Let's go. Go Colts, man. For the shoe. Represent. Represent. Moving on. Now out of the news, we're gonna start getting into a little bit of college football. And
Hmm.
this weekend is probably the biggest weekend other than the upcoming playoffs and the bowl games and whatnot. This weekend is pretty much to find out who's the best team in the country.
Yeah, buddy.
I really do believe so, and that is going to be the battle of Ohio State and Michigan.
My lordy.
Number 2 Ohio State going to number 3 Michigan. They're playing at the are they playing? Yeah, they're playing at the Big House. They got Michigan as a 3.5 point favorite. Vegas does, that is, and kind of Tanner. You see the notes here, man. They're so close.
Yeah.
Nothing really stands out. They're
Woo.
so damn close. Who's winning, man? Who's winning this game at noon? Noon on
So
Saturday.
this is funny because one of our defensive coordinator on our high school coaching staff here at West Vigo and I were talking, right before our football banquet the other night, and we kind of both came to an agreement that Ohio State, as much as he loves his Michigan team, Ohio State wins this, just because we don't have confidence that Michigan can really match them on from an offensive standpoint. Uh, Michigan's defense is solid. Michigan's offense can be pretty shaky at times, and they don't put up the points consistently that Ohio State does. And I think unless Michigan's really gonna have to get some early turnovers in this game and turn those into touchdowns uh, in order to keep up. I really believe that, and if they don't, I think we're gonna see Ohio State, win by double digits. To be honest.
Holy cow! All right, that's a hell of a take. I know you've been really low on Michigan all year. Have you caught some virtual hands from quite a few
Yeah.
listeners
Hey,
on the
I
Michigan?
can take the flag. I can
All
take
right,
it. I
you
think
caught.
Michigan has pleasantly surprised me this year. Now Ohio State doesn't have the best record against Michigan, and maybe you can talk about that a little bit. But I will say, I just really think it comes down to the offense. The offensive matchup. not the defensive matchup, and Ohio State gets it.
Yeah, Ohio
That's where
State's
I'm at.
defense has been playing lights out last couple weeks. And what really scares me is kind of what you're talking about the whole offensive side for Michigan. They can run the ball, that's no question. But last week, Maryland forced them to start throwing the rock around the yard a little bit, and they struggled.
Yep.
And they struggle. I don't know if they have that separation talent that Ohio State does at the receiving core, tight end all the way to the receivers. The Ohio State's pretty stout in that. Personally, as a Notre Dame fan, I'd love to see Michigan lose. It's hard for me to go against them, but right
Mm-hmm.
now, all the odds and all the it's all stacking up against Michigan, with all the off field shenanigans going on. Jim Harbaugh's probably not even a coach. I don't think he's allowed to coach in this game another
Nope.
week, and I think it's going to take a toll. I think, but if any team is built, I guess, good well enough to endure all that, I think Michigan is the team to do that.
Oh yeah, yeah,
But they run into a buzzsaw with Ohio State right now, and they're playing pretty confident. So I have to pick Ohio State on this. I do.
yeah.
I'm with
Do
you.
I think it's gonna be one of the best college football games to watch all season? Absolutely,
Yeah, it's gonna be
absolutely.
pretty badass, especially in a
Yeah, I
big
mean,
house. It's not gonna be quiet. I promise. One of probably top 5 hardest stadiums to play in college football all across the board.
yep,
It's gonna be rocking, especially at noon. Like they're gonna be rocking. The tailgaters are gonna be freshly drunk, freshly excited. The vocal cords are gonna be well liquefied. They're gonna
Woo.
be wound up, man. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. Tanner, do you have a big game to look out for? I mean, I know that's probably one of the biggest games this upcoming weekend, but
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
one
I like.
on your radar?
Uh, we've got it actually on our list, but I really like this game coming up too. We've got Oregon playing Oregon State, man,
Oh
and
yeah, come on,
I'm telling you,
come on.
uh, I like Oregon State on this one.
Yeah, no, I'll see, dude. I'm. It's almost not good for fans to listen in because we always agree. Like
Yeah,
we are very like minded, and maybe we should fight more often. I don't think we can because we have some good football minds, and I think the 11 ranked Oregon State freaking Beavers go in there and give the Ducks a run for their freaking money.
that's right.
They want to ruin their season because it's a rival game, and they don't want to see them succeed up in Eugene. I promise you, it's going to be a freaking slobber knocker. And that
Oh
game's at
yeah,
8:30. Normally, that game's at like 10:30 kickoff. So, able to watch that, sit down and watch a little bit
yeah.
that ball game. Some of the stats I kind of wrote down here. Oregon's offense obviously looks better, but they're neck and neck in the rushing yards, and it's just I don't know. It's hard to put your finger on what's going to happen. Are they going to play like they played against Washington, mistakes and try to overcome them? I don't think you can make mistakes against Oregon State, especially this time of year.
Man,
Ah,
yeah. It's I'm
it's
telling
gonna
you,
be awesome, man. I can't wait to
two
watch this
fun
team.
offenses to watch for sure. Um, you know, pretty solid quarterback play for the most part, but they've got some electrifying wide receivers on both sides, and I think it's going to be a gritty one, but I think we're going to see a few big plays here and there that really separates Oregon State from Oregon. Um, so I think their game on the outside is what wins this for Oregon State.
Yeah, for sure. And this is one of those statement games that Bo Nix needs as in the Heisman race. He really needs to
Yeah,
solidify himself and dominate this game and not throw some interceptions, not make silly mistakes, and lead his team to a big victory. If he wants to try to have a chance at Heisman, especially with the way Jaden Daniels is playing over at LSU and Malik
yeah,
Neighbors and them, like it's gonna be a hard battle. And Bo Nix, this is your chance right here, man.
yeah.
This
Make a
is your
statement.
chance. Yeah, make a statement, big dog. All right, one more game I kind of want to cover because I saw it on the schedule and it really stood out to me because I don't believe in Texas whatsoever. I think the number 7 ranked
Hmm.
Texas Longhorns, they get beat by Texas Tech this weekend. Texas Tech is 6 and
Whoa.
5. These numbers are absolutely identical, but one team's just ranked 7th in the country and one team's not. But all the other stuff aside, I think Texas Tech Red Raiders come out and stun the Texas Longhorns in Austin.
My heavens.
What do you
What
think about
you
that?
say?
I know Corey is freaking jumping up and down right now, hearing
Man,
that.
I hope he finds time to watch that game over the weekend because man, you're right. They got a chance to upset. I mean, on paper, it looks like they're pretty closely matched. Now, the the records speak otherwise, but you know what? These are big schools, big programs with good long history for a reason, and you know them Texas boys. They get down and dirty, and they fight to the end. Um, I'm still going Texas here, and I don't think Texas deserves to be at the 7 spot at all. They've had a little bit of QB controversy and who's in, who's out, why does he deserve to start over the other guy, blah, 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 injuries, whatever. I mean, you could just go down the list of what happened with their quarterbacks. They're here now and they only lost one game with all that going on in the background. And to have that happen, I think they're being snubbed from the college football playoff picture.
Yep, I
And
can
that's
agree with you.
why next year, or I think it's next year, does college
No,
football playoffs change, right?
yeah, 12
Yeah.
teams.
Next year, don't have to worry about it. They're at 7, they're in. But this year, I think
I don't think
I'm
Texas makes it in the Final Four.
I'm going to complain a little bit because I think they should be, 6 or 5 hanging around there. And
Oh, you think they need to be higher?
I do. I do.
Okay,
I think
okay.
because right now at 7, they don't have a shot.
No, there's no chance in hell.
No.
But you can't put Texas underneath Alabama just because Alabama's playing good now. But Texas beat Alabama, so like, how do you put them? How do you flip flop them? We're going
Yeah.
off the track a little bit here, but honestly,
I
that's tough.
know. That's
Oregon,
again my issue with the committees, man.
I
I'm
know
telling you.
Oregon gets beat this weekend. Florida State, I don't know if they get beat, but they're gonna have some struggles. Michigan gets beat, so there's some flip flopping that could be going on really quickly.
That's right.
Going back to the Texas Tech game here, Texas they have trouble with in-state teams. TCU they won 29-26.
Mm.
Texas Tech Red Raiders they beat them 35-28. All right, all right. Now
Mm.
you go down to Houston. Texas beat them 30. Still closer ball game than they need because Houston's not that great.
Right.
And then Texas Tech has been winning some close ball games, so it's kind of like iffy. But I
Right.
think they
Right.
have a chance, man. They won their last 3. They got momentum, and they're gonna go in there. They like being an underdog. It seems like so.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It'll be good to watch, guys.
Good
Now
stuff.
that is your big college football games of this weekend. And like we kind of reiterated, it is statement weekend. I think this weekend really, it just really makes a statement on who's going to be at the end of the year in that Final Four and conference champions and whatnot. This kind of all sets that stage going towards that.
Absolutely. Huge, huge time in the football world.
Absolutely huge time. So now the moment you guys have all been waiting for. It is the overrated, underrated Thanksgiving dishes. Tanner, let's start with a little bit of overrated. What the hell is this way overrated, man? What's over talked about at the Thanksgiving table?
Mm. I tell you what, my overrated dish, which I don't, it's whatever. Green bean casserole.
Oh, what the Tanner?
Overrated.
Tanner Edge, what in the wrong with you, man?
I mean, if you got a little crunch on it
A little,
and
that bitch better be like half-inch
and,
crispy on top.
and some creamy delightfulness in there, maybe. But to be honest,
Man,
man, I'm skipping over. I want the meat. I want the turkey. I want the ham. I want that stuffing, and I want the hollandaise sauce that Mama and Grandma used to make drizzled all over that stuff, man.
all
That's
right.
what I'm looking for. I don't
One.
want no green bean casserole to fill my gizzard and 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 get me filled up when I
Oh
can
my
eat that
god.
delicious meat.
All
I'm a
right,
meat and taters guy.
I
Get
like
that
it.
casserole out of here.
Get that casserole out of here. That's freaking hilarious.
Overrated.
Overrated. All right. Gosh, that sets the tone here. Oh, Tanner, what are we gonna do? Hang on. What are we gonna do here? I tell you what, my overrated, the number one overrated thing at the dinner table, deviled eggs. They can suck it.
Oh,
Throw
I'm
that out.
hurt. I'm
Throw it
wounded.
out. Tanner, get it out of here.
No.
Get it out of here. I don't need
So
any of that. That's
what is it?
shenanigans.
What about it? What is it? I need to know.
One, the only way to eat eggs is scrambled, so don't put the freaking hard boiled. That's disgusting. Number two, what's in the middle of that? It's like mustard and what else? Mayonnaise. What else is in that? That's disgusting. And people
Whew.
just and you're sitting there trying to enjoy your meal, and you people are swallowing them bitches whole. I ain't having it. Not at my dinner table. I ain't having it.
All right, all right.
I ain't having it. Get me fired up.
I can live with it. Hey, each their own.
Okay, now let's dive into the underrated, under the table, Tanner. What needs to be spoke about, right? It's kind of like a cricket set. What needs to be talked about a little bit more around the Thanksgiving time? It could be anything. It could be a dessert, silverware. I guess it's not a
Boy.
dish, but it's all about
So
it.
my underrated food item for
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
oh boy.
Drum roll, please.
Okay, hang on, man. Get your drum roll.
It's the stuffing. The
Underrated.
underrated. Now, I mean, you can have the best tasting turkey, the best tasting ham in the world,
In
but
the
without the
world.
complimentary stuffing to go with it,
What do you got?
it's it's just incomplete, man. It's not
What do you got?
complete. You gotta get a little piece of turkey, a little bit of stuffing on top of that, and I'm telling you,
Dip
you're
it in
gonna have.
holiday sauce.
Oh yeah, dip that
You know,
stuff in there, and you're gonna have fireworks in your mouth. Your taste buds are gonna be hopping, just hopping,
scooting boogieing
and
all across the
that's
damn
the
thing.
stuff there. I said it earlier when, in my overrated. Those that combination there isn't complete without the stuffing, man. And you got to get it right. You got to get it nice and moist with a little bit of crunch to it on top for the parts that need to be crunchy. I'm not even on. To be honest with you, I don't even know what all goes into the stuffing, but I'm telling you, if without a little moistness and a little bit of crunch, it ain't right. And you got to get it just right to make it work.
Tanner is.
It's a science.
And if you
And
guys haven't realized yet, Tanner and I really enjoy our food quite a
oof,
bit.
I tell
This is
you
probably one
what.
of my favorite segments so far of the podcast era. In our life coming up, Tanner's is awesome.
So, anyways, I'll get off my soapbox. I love me some stuffing with my turkey and ham. So, anyways, all right. What is your underrated Thanksgiving dish or
Man,
food item?
food item. That's it's food. It's edible. Listen,
Yeah.
guys, you cannot have a great dinner without this. Most dinners have it. It's not like it's only a seasonal type deal.
Mm.
Most dinners have this, and it's underrated. No one talks about it. I feel like maybe in my household and others. The bread, the dinner roll. The dinner roll makes the freaking meal. You know why, Tanner? Let me
Oh,
tell you. Once you get that first bite of that and the delicious butter, it melts in your mouth, nice and warm. Your plate's already gone at this point. Might be your second roll. You use that freaking roll and you scoop all that yumminess on that
oh.
plate up. Soak it up, Tanner. And guess what? You down gonna finish the meal.
Down to go.
Chug the beer, chug the wine, chug the water, chug the Coca-Cola, whatever you're drinking. And then set that thing down and you know you had a good meal once that bread went down.
I absolutely love that. You're right. It soaks up all that goodness that you just threw
Gotta
down
have
the
it.
hatch, and it's like, oh, you get to relive that through your roll.
Yes. All those flavors just disintegrated together and it's like
Boy,
it's one of those moments where you know like it's closing time, you know, things are winding down, Probably everyone already left the dinner table by now because you're at thirds and everyone else is watching football and you're sitting there and a couple more bites.
Just that
And that
little
bread,
zombie walk back to the
that's right.
kitchen.
The bread makes the meal
Mm,
and it's underrated.
boy, I love that one. That's good.
Oh
That's
boy.
good.
I hope you
But
guys and listening are. I hope you guys are still with us. By the
yeah,
way,
hey, we're
I
just
hope you're
talking
still
about
with
Fat
us.
Boy Heaven here.
Fat Boy Heaven. It's that time of year where you can promote the amount that you ate with no shame, my friends and my guys and gals. Everyone can fill the gullet up, get it down the hatch, and enjoy your evening.
That's right. Fill them gizzards.
Fill them gizzards is so gross. Oh my
Mm,
gosh! So thinking of Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving's on the brain, on the taste buds, Tanner, through the
let's go.
nostrils. Thanksgiving NFL games, Tanner,
I'm
at
pumped.
12:30 kickoff. Nostalgia.
Woo.
Green Bay Packers. They're 4-6. They're gonna go to Detroit. They're 8-2. Tanner, run it down. Who wins this thing?
The Detroit Lions are going to get that Thanksgiving turkey right after the game because they are going to come in chopping kneecaps, biting kneecaps, you know, just tearing the Green Bay Packers up. Green Bay Packers are not a healthy squad right now. Aaron Jones probably out for the game. Potential that A.J. Dillon is also out for the game with a
No
groin
way.
injury. So their
No
running back
way.
room is decimated right now, which
Yeah.
is not good for a team that struggles passing the ball.
Yeah.
Um, so
Oh no.
so I think I love the nostalgia, like you said, of this game. I love to see Green Bay, a historic team that's been playing on Turkey Day for so many years. I'd love
All
to
the
see them
years.
win. I think Detroit has this, and they'll be celebrating with their little Thanksgiving meal on the sidelines.
That's right. I love it. That's always an awkward time too, because like they're trying to interview you, but like you want to bite the hell out of that delicious looking turkey leg.
Oh man,
1 minute, Aaron Andrews. I got to get after this thing. You know what I'm saying? It's good.
yeah, buddy.
Detroit rolls. Detroit has a great ball game. I think they're going to show the world that maybe hasn't tuned into Detroit this year and understand or has understood that they're a freaking ball club. They're biting kneecaps, like Tanner said. They win this ball game all the way out.
Yeah, buddy.
The Ford Field's going to be freaking rocking.
Oh, without a
Absolute
doubt,
rocking. Like it's going to be
crazy.
stupid.
You see their Christmas lighting tree celebration?
No, but I wouldn't. I need to
You need to. That whole city
lit up.
is just plastered with people everywhere. Over 20,000 people attended the
Holy.
Christmas tree lighting in Detroit this year. I mean, incredible. So kudos to that city for coming together. Uh, awesome fan base.
Yeah, I think what helps is their home team is dominating and they're
That's
winning
right.
and bringing everyone together, man. It's that time of year.
That's right.
They're
Spread the
bringing everyone
love.
together. Hey, yeah, buddy, come on, the Detroit love. Next game, 4:30 kickoff. Tanner, we got Washington. They're 4-7 playing Dallas Cowboys. Another nostalgia game you always see
Mm-hmm.
on Thanksgiving Day. Um, Tanner, I think the Cowgirls win it. As much as it hates me to say, they're 7-3. They're a lot better ball club than Washington. I don't think Washington has a chance. They're trading everyone away, and I think they're tanking for the next year, maybe.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody probably has Dallas winning this game. However, I do not.
You and that
I'm
Sam Howell.
going.
You and Sam
I'm
Howell,
going.
Tanner.
Sam Howell is leading the league in passing yards. This game is going to have to be a shootout for them to win it. Just because, like you said, their defense is not up to par. But hey, Sam Howell's got a cannon. He's got some weapons on the outside with Scary Terry, Jahan
Terry,
Dotson,
Terry.
Curtis Samuel, and he's going to have to use them all day long. And I think they win it in a tight shootout for some Thanksgiving firework escapades with that matchup there at
All
4:30.
right. Damn, Tanner. Look at you, big dog. Got a good vocab,
Upset
huh?
City.
I like it. So, dude, Sam Howell has to lead the whole NFL in passing yards because they can't run the football.
No, not a
Can't run the
chance.
football. Yeah, he better lead the freaking league in passing.
Hey,
This will be an interesting game though, for sure. Like you said, it could be one of them sneaky games for Dallas that they just don't show up, kind of like what they did with the Arizona Cardinals earlier this year. So
yep.
watch out. Never know.
Watch out.
The Thanksgiving night game. This one might be the battle of the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco 49ers 7-3 going up against Seattle Washington 6-4. This is a 8:20 kickoff. This is your Turkey Day football on whatever channel that's going to be on. Sorry, I carry on what I but I'm going to upset here. I think Seattle pulls this game off.
Oh Lordy.
I think Geno Smith. Yeah, I know he got a little banged up last game. He came back fighting for his squad. I think they turn it on with the primetime lights over there in Seattle.
Mm-hmm. I got to see it, friend. I got to see it, friend.
That's like,
You know, because you got old Purdy boy back there playing the quarterback.
That's
Perfect
right.
passer rating.
That's right.
Might I add, last game. His whole team's rallied behind him.
That's right.
They're all saying they knew they had it in him, or he had it in him all
Absolutely.
along. He's not just a system quarterback.
That's right.
The dude can make plays. He's got Christian McCaffrey. He's got George Kittles and bits talking about him. And they got him. Those are two premier athletes of the league saying that this guy is not a system quarterback. And when you got two guys like that in the league saying that about their starting quarterback, you better believe it, buddy. San Francisco rolls over these Seattle Seahawks, and they'll be flying south for the winter because they ain't making the playoffs.
They ain't making the playoffs. Holy cow. Throw it all in there, Tanner. Let us all know about it. Damn.
Sorry, I got fired up.
No, I love it. That's beautiful. That's what we need, Tanner. We need that energy from you, buddy. Need that. That's going to be fun. Do you think Seattle should be the Seattle Sea Lions? That'd be kind of cool. Anyway.
That would be neat.
That's kind of fun.
Are there sea lions in Seattle?
I don't know. Probably not. But like, they should have little top hats and shit. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah. So we have a game this year. First time ever, Tanner. On Prime Video.
Oh, my.
And you most likely are going to be on Prime on Black Friday.
Oh.
Tanner, hell of a business move by Amazon here.
Yeah.
They got their first game on Prime. It's going to be the Miami Dolphins of all teams. 7-3, going against the New York Jets. Now paint this picture with Aaron Rodgers in your head and how amazing this matchup could have been.
Oh, man.
But guess what? He's not playing because he has a bum leg.
That's right.
So Miami destroys the Jets. The Jets have no chance. The Jets suck.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Jets suck.
I mean, just taking the lamb to the slaughterhouse here, man, dude. I'm telling you. You got Tim Boyle. I think that's his name. Starting on Friday for them.
Oh,
They benched Zach Wilson. He's now down to third string. So
if I got Aaron Rodgers ahead of him on the roster and he can't
fucking
play.
Yeah. Old Gimp, Father Time is ahead of him and he can't even play. So yeah, I think Miami destroys them. Jalen Ramsey,
Dog.
2 picks, at least 2 picks this game.
Dog.
Absolute dog. I think they eat.
Eating just like we about to eat the leftovers. A little ham, a little turkey, a little turkey sandwich, a little mayonnaise, mustard on it. Ooh,
yeah, buddy.
A little green bean casserole.
Ooh.
Ooh, he said ooh. That's awesome. Guys, this is I'm really pumped up about this Black Friday game. I think it'll be kind of sweet. While your wife, maybe your ma or whomever, is out shopping their little heart out on the line. They're flipping through all the deals. Oh my gosh, their cart's at $17,000. $17,000. You're going to be watching Miami kick some ass on Black Friday Prime Television. It's going to be awesome. Cannot wait. Tanner, that wraps up this episode, and I had a blast with you, Tanner. Today was a great day to fellowship with our friends, and that kind of leads me into the holiday, right? There's a reason for this season, as they all say. And if just give thanks, right? It's all about gratitude. and loving and loving on each other, and give thanks to people that have helped you throughout
Yeah,
your life. It could have been the very minimal things. It could have been the very high things throughout your life, but just thanks and love. And you don't get moments back in life, and just take advantage of these days that are kind of all sectioned into that, Tanner. And I just want to wish all your families happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys have a great time with your friends and family, and safe travels to everyone traveling around the world, even just down the road. So,
yeah,
Tanner, I'll let you kind
absolutely.
of sign us off, buddy.
Hey, from us to you, and from me to you, Zach. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Absolutely love you guys. We could go down a whole list of things to be thankful for, or
Amen.
or opinions of what we think people should be thankful for. But we'll leave that to you guys. Search that within yourself. Um, it's a little time for reflection as well, heading into the holiday. So if you got some soul searching to do that, and make sure that others around you understand what you're thankful for, and you can give your appreciation to them. And let's not forget, the good Lord put us here. Life is a gift in itself,
Mm.
and that's a thing to be thankful for right there. So we love you guys. Hit that like, subscribe, follow, share button, whatever you can. It takes less than a second to do it, and we're gonna keep pushing out this content and giving you guys something to talk about and listen to throughout the week. We love you. Zach Wynn, Tanner Edge, signing off on Winning Edge Football. See you guys. Peace.
Peace.